Hello everyone, my name is Logan Black. Today I'll be discussing the Elizabeth Escalona case from 2012, where Escalona severely abused her daughter, and Escalona was sentenced to 99 years in prison. I will be relating this case to rational choice theory and the theories found under the classical school of criminology. I'll start off with the definition of rational choice theory according to Siegel in our criminology textbook. Rational choice theory is the view that crime is a function of a decision-making process in which the potential offender weighs the potential cost and benefits of a legal act. I personally do not believe that Escalona's actions fit this theory. Her actions were very impulsive and emotional. I do not believe that she planned it out. It sounded like she got frustrated with the actions of her child in the moment and went on to severely abuse her daughter. She did not consider the consequences of her actions in any way. I believe it was an expressive crime, which is an offense committed to vent rage, anger, or frustration. Now addressing the classical school criminology and Cesar Beccaria's thoughts. I think that Escalona's punishment was probably too severe under classical principles. Beccaria believed that punishments needed to be harsh enough to deter crime, but nothing more than that. Considering that 99 years in prison is probably too extreme under these principles. Our criminology textbook explains what happens when crimes are given serious punishments. One example given in our textbook is that if robbery or rape were punished the same way that murder is, if all three of those crimes were given the capital punishment, then robbers and rapists would probably start murdering people a lot more often. If robbing or raping had the same consequence in the end, then you might as well just do everything. Say a robber goes and robs a place, and say their mask comes off, and someone in the store that's a victim of the robbery sees their face and could potentially identify them to the police later on. The robber would be much more inclined to murder that person to protect themselves if the robbery was punished in the same way that murder is. So I think it's clear from that example that punishing crimes in a very serious way, in a very severe manner, isn't always the wisest choice. I think on surface level, it's tempting and seems logical. And if the criminal justice system is designed to be vengeful, to just simply punish people because we're angry at them, and we say they deserve this. And I think in a way, sometimes there is that aspect in the criminal justice system that should exist, but in my opinion, the criminal justice system should primarily reflect rehabilitation. And I don't think that 99 years in prisons necessarily reflects that. I think it's a very vengeful sentence. And personally, I think what she did was horrible. And I don't advocate for her to be treated well, I guess, in the sense that people should love on her and forgive her and treat her as a victim. She's in no way the victim in this situation, but punishment isn't always about just being vengeful, especially when you consider my previous example about the robbers and rapists. Sometimes those are very serious crimes, especially rape. Rape is a very serious crime, one where a lot of people would take joy in seeing rapists get the capital punishment, but when you consider the fact that if every rapist who's caught is put to death, they're just going to go out and murder their victims anyway, if they're going to be put to death if they get caught. So I think Escalona's punishment being so severe makes it easier for parents who might potentially abuse their children to be more severe with their abuse. In those moments, they would be less controlled. They would let their emotions take more control of them if the punishment's going to be severe no matter what. So those are just my thoughts. Thank you for watching this video. I look forward to discussing this further in class.